Hello everyone, just waiting one more minute while I think we should start. Hello dear colleagues, thank you for joining our webinar today. My name is Max, I'm an account director at SIGNAX. I will moderate this webinar today. The duration of the webinar will take approximately 40 minutes. If you will have any question during the webinar, put them in the chat and we will answer them at the end of the webinar. The speaker today is Nikita Pospelov, BIM manager at SIGNAX with huge experience in digitalization construction site and bringing BIM onto the construction site. Well, I've finished my small part. Nikita, the scene is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Max. So I'm glad to introduce our product to you. My name is Nikita Pospelov, and I'm BIM manager at SIGNAX. And today we'll speak about SIGNAX 3 modules: dashboards, inspection, and tools. Just in the beginning, I would like to tell you a couple of words about our company, what we do and how we do. After that, I will show the static slides in my presentation about the product. Just 1-2 slides regarding each module, and then we will jump to practical part. I will show you how it works inside web-based services and inside programs offline on computer. So let me start. A couple of words about our company. So we're professionals in construction management. Like originally, we're from consultant business, and we developed our product for ourselves in the beginning. Then we had a great feedback from our users, and we decided to present our product to all the market. So right now we have offices in Dubai and Boston, and we're expanding our business in Saudi Arabia and Oman as well. So our mission is to increase construction processes efficiency using digital technologies. So we make great products because of our great BIM experience, construction experience, and we provide not only software and expertise, we also provide on-site BIM technology, how BIM should work on-site in the field. So next part about our products. So we have 3 modules: dashboard, inspection. These 2 are web-based services. So you can open them inside web browsers using our mobile applications from any device if you connect it to internet. And the third one, tools. These are plugins for Autodesk Revit, Navisworks, and AutoCAD. So these are programs for creating BIM models and working with drawings on site. So if you are using one of those products, Autodesk Docs, BIM 360, Revit, Navisworks, AutoCAD, so you can use our product. So if you eventually bought AAC package from Autodesk, you have all of these products, and it's easier for you to get in touch with our product and have fast start using it on site. So we are powered by Autodesk Forge. This is BIM viewer for 3D models. So you can open any BIM model inside web browser without installing any additional software on any device, laptop, PC, or mobile phone. So let me start from our first module, dashboard. This is web-based reporting tool from on-site. So this is the very informative construction dashboard for management level, for engineers, from any stakeholders that are involved in construction process. So you can see the actual information and updated information about the project process. open any BIM models regarding the design stage or construction stage and check all the numbers and metrics. So anytime you can select one of the type of the cars inside report dashboard, and for example, compare planned and actual comparison BIM models. So you can see the percentage, the scope, and the schedule. The second module is inspection. This is 360-degree service images. So you can open it using web browser and see what was happening on a certain date on the construction site. So you open a plan, you select one of the point of interest on the plan, the image will upload, and you'll see what was happening on site. So one of the useful features, you can compare two photos and see what was the progress, what was the dynamics on site. As well, we developed our own application for 360-degree capturing. So you can upload it, download from Google Play or App Store. And this is a very convenient way for capturing 360-degree photos using your mobile phone. And then just press one button and send all the photos to the SIGNAX inspection. And all the stakeholders will see updated photos in 360-degree mode inside web browser. And the third one, module tools. These are plugins for Autodesk Revit, Autodesk Navisworks, and Autodesk AutoCAD. So on the right side of my screen, you can see one of the many features inside SIGNAX tools. These are developed for work with BIM models. So you can open one of the proprietary formats inside one of the software I described, Revit, DWG, IFC, and others, and control scope, budget, works using these tools combined with BIM model. So one of the main features is automated design, BIM model elements classification, BIM model audit, exporting tender scopes, bill of quantities, using just BIM model in 2 steps. So here I'm showing you the BIM pipeline. It's one of the examples how can you use Autodesk products combined with SIGNAX tools. So you can develop the BIM model, set up assembly codes, provide model audit, BOQ export, work scope verification, like lots of features that you can transfer from 2D drawings, like we were doing just before it. And now you can transfer this workflow to the BIM model or construction phase or design stage. So let me jump to practical part. That was just theoretical part and some images about the SIGNAX product. Let us jump to SIGNAX dashboard report. Here you can see the example of developed reports inside SIGNAX. So you can create reports depending on the dates. You can create them on a daily basis, or weekly basis, or monthly basis. It depends of the project rates, how fast our work's implemented on site. So usually contractors create reports like on a weekly basis. This report is created with logical division by horizontal rows. Like first horizontal row is project general info. We have lots of predefined cars inside our dashboard, so you can customize your reports on your demands. Like first slide is just an album. You can open it and see the actual photos of the project. The next slide is main tech indices about the project, common area, height of the building, number of the parking lots, number of the apartments, etc. The third one images implementation period regarding the contract or agreements. 360-degree images, we'll see them later in SIGNAX inspection. Online CCTV cameras from on-site, so you can jump inside and see what is happening online on-site. Sorry for that. Like if usually internet is slow in the field, you can anytime select low quality video and see what's happening like is in on site in the field. Something like this. So of course you can track issue dynamics on site. When your supervisors, engineers, they see something wrong in works implemented by a contractor, they raise an issue and create it in Autodesk Docs system. SIGNAX is mainly based on Autodesk Docs or BIM-360 CDE system, common data environment, where you can store all the files, all the issues, and their progress of the construction site is tracked all in one place. So all these issues are synchronized with BIM-360, and every time you add new issue, you will see it inside SIGNAX dashboard. So the next slide is workers trend. So workforce on site, how many personnel was planned, like a baseline, and how many actual personnel was on site on each date. Also, we have implemented YouTube clips. You can open them inside SIGNAX dashboard. So usually you can add some commercial or, for example, aerial drone overflight of the project and provide it for a customer or a client. So the next horizontal row is created regarding the structural works. So you can see the overall percentage of work implemented and how many works remaining. So you can use SIGNAX tools and develop the construction model to provide exact scope of works implemented on site. In minutes, I'll tell you about other cards that are in the dashboard regarding structural works. So plan actual information about the works that were planned, the gray line, and the blue line regarding the actual works. So anytime you can see the total works planned to do on site, the baseline, and the remaining works. You can jump inside and see the graph view, and you can change the view to another graph. Production rates, how much production rate was on a certain date, how many workers were involved in this type of work, and how many workers needs to be on site to meet the contract schedule. Of course, we have some information inside budget card, so you can see the overall budget, how many works were paid, information about the current month's invoices that contractor sent us for acceptance. And the third horizontal row is regarding the MEP works. Here you can see the BIM model, construction BIM model that is developed based on design model. So we can select, for example, water supply system. See the blue elements selected. That's the volume that was implemented on site on 16th of January. We can go back and see the exact scope on any date that was tracked using SIGNAX tools on site. In the 3D view, we can jump to graph view and track any of these dates and see what are the specific elements that were implemented on site, the overall scope and the scope of the specific date. And the same for the other type of works. As well, we implemented the feature for issue linking. So you can select any of the element and see what was wrong with this element. For example, here we can see the wrong pipe size. We can press this button and we will jump inside ACC docs system, CDE system, common data environment, and see the detailed information about the issue that was created inside the system. Same for other elements. For example, here we can see check for the leaks. Let us go back to structural works construction model. So the same, I'm selecting work type and see what was happening on a certain date with the scope on the certain date. As well, we can jump inside the graph view. And for example, we have some suspicious peaks here. We can select this date and go back to 3D view and see what elements were implemented on site and what's the accurate scope of these elements. So this is SIGNAX dashboard report, construction models tracked while the construction phase, and online CCTV cameras and images from on-site. So let us go next to the second module, SIGNAX inspection, 360-degree images from on-site. So here you can see one of the projects. We upload plans regarding each project, create points of interest, and the personnel who is responsible for creating on-site pictures, just using PhotoMaker application for iOS or Android, are creating photos on site. So as well, you can jump back to any date and see what was happening on a specific date. Of course, as I said before, we have comparison between 2D images. So you can track the dynamics and the progress. As well, we have additional feature for comparing the design stage, so how it was planned for work, and compare it with the with the BIM model. So on the right side, you can see the image from the BIM model, design BIM model, and on the left side, what was actually done on site. So let's go next to the second point and compare it with the design stage. Right now, we're developing more features for this module, SIGNAX inspection. So you can add any comments, issues, and track the progress and collaborate with other stakeholders. Let me show you how it looks like from the mobile device. So regarding the dashboard application, so you will see all the same number of the cards. See the information inside your pocket. The same, you can open the BIM model inside your smartphone. select the works, and see the exact scope of the elements that were implemented on site. Let us go next to the third and last module, SIGNAX tools. I'll tell you briefly how you can work with BIM models using SIGNAX tools. Right now, I'm showing the structural model or the design stage. One of the good and useful features is SIGNAX Checker. So you can provide the audit of the BIM model that we received from the designer. For example, we need to we want to check if the assembly code is inside each element of the BIM model. So I'm specifying the name of the property, then click the button Run Selected Checks, and the SIGNAX tool tools will check all the elements inside the BIM model, and we'll get the result which elements passed the check and which one of them failed. So we have lots of predefined checks, so you can customize your checks and audits based on design model for presence of properties, group of elements, presence of one of the properties, clash detective, and presence of items. So if you're interested in our SIGNAX checker, you can contact any of us, and we will tell you in detail how it works. The same, you can run 2 other checks, presence one of the properties inside the BIM model, and see the status of the design model. Anytime we can export this information to Excel document and send this check to the designer, or for example to a consultant. So this is one of the features that you can use on the design stage. Let me go to the construction stage using Navisworks. So when we track progress on site, we are using SIGNAX tools and Navisworks. It's pretty easy to do. Like you can select one of the elements and say that they are completed or accepted. Press this button, select the date of implementation on site, selecting the work type, for example, paint, selecting the contractor name. Okay, that's it. That's all of the process of tracking the progress on site. All information is saved inside the search sets. So here you can see on the right side the dates that certain elements were implemented. For example, we are interested what was the certain scope on February. I'm selecting all of these dates and hiding all other elements. Here we can see only specific elements I just selected. And just in 2 clicks, we can get the volume of these elements, 261 cubic meters, all the area, 1700 square meters. And if we would like to export this information like an invoice, we can export this data regarding any type of work. For example, I'll press export. Sorry, this. Yep. Export invoice. Completed works. Selecting the project. Selecting work types. For example, I'm interested in all of them: ceiling, block walls, plaster, paint, waterproofing. Selecting the start date and the finish date. Okay. Okay. So the invoice. So right here, I'm just exported the invoice. Here you can see the quantity from the BIM model, unit cost that we specified inside SIGNAX tools, and the overall amount and the sum. So this is the complete document you can provide for a consultant for acceptance. So this is one of the features you can use on the construction stage. Let me tell one of the good features, BIM-Link. So this is used for providing information using the BIM model for the stakeholders that do not have additional software, for example, Navisworks, Revit, AutoCAD, etc. So you can press BIM-Link feature, select the works you can share with the stakeholder, for example, planned works or completed works, and upload it to the cloud. So after that, we will have the direct link. So you can share this link with the stakeholders. Let me open it. 1 second. Copy link. So the stakeholder can open this BIM model inside web browser using his smartphone, iPad, or just a laptop. Select, for example, planned works. He is interested, for example, in block works on the ground floor. See the certain elements that is planned for implementation on site. See this exact scope, 950 square meters. And you can do the same for any type of work, for example, plaster, wall tiles, any type of works that is inside the design model. And regarding the construction model, for example, we want to know which works were completed on a certain date. Selecting this date and see the certain scope, exact scope, and the elements that are implemented on site. For example, we are working from a site or from a supervisor, and we want to add some additional information regarding the works implemented on site. So we can select one of the elements or number of the elements, for example, these walls, mark them as like an issue, and add additional information. Issue something 1, 2, 3. And we can share this information with other stakeholders, just sending this link to them. So it's like a digital notepad in 3D view without need of any additional software installation. All this information you can export as the Excel file and open it with the classic software. Also, we have SIGNAX tools for Revit. It's like more complicated software, but we made it very easy to work with it with using SIGNAX tools. Like we provide for our customers predefined templates for Revit. So here you can see just 2 simple steps. Copy elements from design model, divide them into the parts, and export to Navisworks. So here you can see the exact scopes regarding each part which was implemented on site, because usually the big elements on site are not implemented like in one element, they are done into the parts. And we want to calculate the scope, not like a percentage, approximate percentage, but we want to know the exact scope that was done on site. For that situation, we're using Revit, and anytime you can mark elements as a completed, accepted, or planned works based on the design model. Actually, we have lots of features inside SIGNAX tools, and I'm glad to describe all of them for you. You can contact us anytime, and we will tell you like in detail. So thank you for your attention. I'm ready to answer any questions if you have one. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I see the Antonio is asking a question. Can you unmute?
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me
Afternoon.
perfectly?
Yeah, Antonio, hello.
Okay, good. I'm Antonio from Strabag. I'm sorry to join you late. I had another appointment in between and I came, I think, 10, 15 minutes late, so I hope not to have lost a lot. I checked that what you were showing us, it's basically focused on building construction, correct? What about infrastructures like road construction, dams, or other type like airports, something like that? Airports, we can fix it, we can use it, let's say, for the building part, but let's say for the runways, for all the other parts like illumination from the taxiway, runway, etc. Is it possible to use? Do you have some samples to show me quickly?
Yeah, I understand your question. Actually, our product can be used on any type of projects, MEP projects, line projects, structural infrastructure. Right now, excuse me, I could not show you some examples regarding them, but later I can prepare some information for you and send you in detail and examples of infrastructure projects. Like we had an experience building one of the factories, and the factory was a mining industry. So they had multiple buildings around like a big area, and they had connected them using lots of MEP systems, pipelines. So we tracked all this progress using SIGNAX tools.
Okay, it would be okay for you to share some samples, like, I don't know, a presentation or some screenshots about what you have done in infrastructures, mainly with roads, dams, and airports, something like that?
Yeah, for sure. Please
Okay.
share your
You
contact
have my...
and we will send you.
Okay. I will write it in the chat then. Thank you.
Cool, thank you. So anyway, we will share all this information regarding today's meeting. We will share the presentation in PDF. We will share the webinar recording link. And if you have some additional questions, you can answer them us by email, and we will send you more detailed information about our product and our experience on the construction stage.